Today on the Towson University Newscast. The 106th SGA administration has been elected, who the new student leaders are, and student concerns about the voting process. Plus, troubles at the towers, the latest details on the shooting at Tower C and the fire at Tower A. And inside the Follett Managed U Store, a core business leaving Towson Town Center, and how a student's retro idea has become a small business success story. With those stories and more, with TUN Sports and Red, Blue, and Gold 2026, the Towson University Newscast starts now.
This is the Towson University Newscast.
Hello, Towson University. I'm Jordan Cook, and this is the Towson University Newscast. Towson University's Student Government Association has elected a new administration. But some students say they didn't even know the elections were happening. Edwardina Bico has more.
The Executive Board consists of 4 elected positions: Attorney General, Treasurer, Vice President, and President.
Towson University students elected their new SGA leadership this month. Rain Rivera-Forbes won president with more than 1,000 votes alongside the 4UTU ticket with Kevin Farrell, Jalen Hayes-Moore, and Kamari Williams.
What I want to do is to continue whole Towson community as an ability for everyone to be involved, everyone to be able to share how they feel, tough conversations, that's really what I want to see. And then transparency, having an administration that can be held accountable, but also knowing exactly where everything is going for you and what's happening.
Voting took place April 15th through the 16th, with results announced at Paws Pit. But despite the results, some students say the election flew under the radar.
I've seen them be active on campus, but I do notice when things are changing and what they're all doing here.
Many Towson students say they do not know who is running in this year's SGA elections or know when election starts. Events like the SGA debate hope to change that by giving students direct access to those who hope to represent them in the 106th SGA administration.
But a great treasurer can handle the students.
The ballot included 2 main tickets, a new standard and the winning 4UTU, along with independent candidates. Students could vote online and view candidate information before casting their ballots. SJ leaders say they want to close the gap between students and the organization.
What I hope to get from today is to see what their candidates have to offer for their position and kind of more insight on who they're voting for, what they're running for, and what they would like to see happen within campus and what they can implement to make their student life better.
The new SGA administration will take office soon, with leaders saying increasing student engagement is a top priority. Reporting from Towson University, I'm Edwardina Bico for TUN.
Students are encouraged to stay informed and participate in future SGA elections. A shooting occurred on campus in Tower C at approximately 9 p.m. on April 16th. The shooter, 19-year-old Gage Flood, sustained a non-life-threatening lower body injury, according to the police investigation. He shot himself. Following his arrest, Flood was charged with armed robbery, first-degree assault, and other firearm-related offenses. Now he's being held without bond at the Baltimore County Detention Center. A student has been cited for reckless endangerment after a dorm room fire at Glen Tower A. According to a campus police report, the fire started after a lit candle was left unattended. Sprinklers activated, causing water damage and displacing several students. Those students were temporarily relocated to a hotel and are now being transitioned into a new on-campus housing. A restoration team responded to clean up the water and prevent further damage. A familiar spot on Towson University's campus is getting a major upgrade. The university has officially reopened its newly reimagined U Store. Sabrina Tevellini shows us the new brands, updated technology, and a completely redesigned shopping experience for students.
The U Store at Towson University officially partnered with Follett Higher Education, one of the largest campus retailers in North America. They opened on March 24th with a new goal: to create a modern, one-stop shop for everything students need. The store now features expanded merchandise, including exclusive apparel lines and premium brands, giving students more ways to show off school spirit.
There's a lot of sales that's going on this spring semester that I noticed, so I just check what's new. They always restock occasionally.
But the changes go beyond clothing. The youth store is also shifting towards a more digital-first approach.
One of the biggest changes here is how students actually get their course materials. Instead of surfing many websites or trying to find a physical copy, everything that they will need is available digitally right here and by the first day of classes.
Although these features are so new that many students have no idea they exist.
Just apparel. Sometimes my friends and I will go at the food over there, look at like the snacks and stuff. But it's mainly apparel.
With better marketing, these expanded options, updated technology, and a fresh new look, the reimagined youth store will change how students shop and prepare for class. Reporting from Towson University, I'm Sabrina Tevellini with TUN.
Whether it's grabbing snacks or getting ready for class, these updates aim to make it easier for students to get what they need. According to an official statement from Apple, the Apple Store at Towson Town Center will be among 3 U.S. locations that will be permanently closing in June. The company says declining conditions and departure of other retailers in the shopping mall is the reason for its closure. Employees losing their job can apply for other open roles in the company. Students, staff, and community members gathered at Towson University for the 2nd annual Equal Pay Symposium. Edwardina Bico has more on how the pay gap continues to impact women and marginalized groups.
No disrespect, this is happening.
The symposium brought together speakers, students, and campus leaders to recognize Equal Pay Day. The event featured multiple speakers, with the keynote being Maryland Comptroller Brooke E. Learman. A major focus throughout the symposium was salary negotiation, especially how women, particularly women of color, often undervalue themselves or accept lower pay instead of advocating for more.
It was important to be here because we know the pay inequities exist. As a woman, as a female professional, it is our duty to be more open and be more transparent about our own journey.
Equal pay gap still exists, and it's actually even worse now because we're such in modern times and nothing has changed.
Organizers say this symposium is not just about the wage gap, but how to close it. Speakers also stressed the importance of including men in these conversations, saying awareness across all groups is necessary for real change.
When women thrive, everybody thrives, and wish more men would buy into that because it does impact them.
Organizers emphasized that salary negotiation starts with preparation.
Do the research on the position, what's expected from that position, what are the salaries like for that position.
The Career Center hopes events like this help students feel more prepared to advocate for themselves as they enter the workforce and begin their careers. Reporting from the Science Complex, I'm Edwardina Bico for TUN.
The Career Center hopes to continue growing the symposium in the coming years. Towson University students are taking a classic myth to new heights, combining music, theater, and satire for a spring production that turns tradition on its head. Here's Kamaya Lineberger.
The production draws from the classic Orpheus myth, which follows a musician's journey to the underworld to rescue his love.
Orpheus is like a demigod. He's a musician. He falls in love with this nymph named Eurydice. She dies, and then she goes to the underworld. And Orpheus is so sad, he goes to the underworld to try to rescue her. In this opera, it is a satirical comedy about the elitism in music, as well as poking fun at the ruling class.
Performers say the show gives students a chance to step outside themselves and fully embody new identities on stage.
There's something about bringing a character to life in a way that isn't the John that walks around across the street. There's something very cool about being in a completely different headspace and playing a completely different game about how to live life. It's super awesome.
Students from vocal, music, English, and theater programs work together to bring the production to life. The pit orchestra combines multiple Towson ensembles, including the symphony orchestra and wind ensemble.
One big thing is I wish, people knew about how accessible it is to listen to live music on campus. We have so many different ensembles between, our large-scale symphony orchestras, as well as, this kind of collaboration with the theater department. We have the pep band, the marching band. Just, it's very easy and accessible for students to, be able to come and experience live music.
For many students, this is one of several operas they have performed in during their time at Towson.
I have one little solo, and then I get to sing this little cadenza at the very end. I'm Eurydice. She's kind of a jerk in this one.
The music department stages a large-scale opera every other year. The next fully staged production is scheduled for spring 2028.
What an entertaining show the music department has in store. Reporting from the Center for the Arts, I'm Kamai Lineberger for TUN.
A Towson University student is turning a small idea into a growing business on York Road. What started as a flea market has now become a storefront in Towson. Ariana Arias has the story.
Welcome to the Rosebud Retro. Welcome in, guys.
Rosebud Retro started as a flea market and has now grown into a storefront, all ran by a Towson University student. Trevor Brake, a senior studying business administration at TU, turned the love for vintage clothing into a growing business. Brake first launched a vintage flea market with his sister over 3 years ago after spotting a gap in Towson's thrift scene. Since then, the business has hosted more than 150 markets with over 60 vendors, expanding to the University of Maryland College Park and the University of Delaware, building community around vintage finds. Now, that growth has led to Rosebud Retro, a storefront designed to bring that experience beyond weekends.
It's pretty good to see that somebody that's young owning their own store, that's something that a lot of people cannot do in Baltimore.
The shop features a rotating mix of clothing, shoes, and accessories, giving customers something new each time they visit.
Customers can come to Rosebud Retro to find a variety of vintage pieces for a sustainable price.
After the grand opening earlier this year, Brake says the support behind it has made all the difference.
Towson University to start has given me a lot of connections, a lot of networking, a lot of structure and community to work with. Towson University has been a big supporter to what I've done.
Students and locals can visit Rosebud Retro at 40 Chesapeake Avenue in Towson. Reporting from Towson, I'm Mariana Arias for TUN.
Rosebud Flea continues to grow as more students and community members stop by to support the business. TUN's Red, Blue, and Gold initiative was established in 2024 to provide the community with nonpartisan, student-oriented election season coverage. And with 2026 being a midterm election year, John Roberts Wood Jr. has some useful information to know going into the election season.
Thank you, Jordan. With the Maryland Democratic and Republican primaries happening on June 23rd, we're officially in election season. Statewide, the governorship will be on Marylanders' ballots along with the Attorney General and Comptroller races. Democratic Governor Wes Moore is running for re-election with early polling suggesting he will easily win the primary. Attorney General Anthony Brown and Comptroller Brooke Learman, also Democrats, are running for re-election as well. While Brown and Learman and their Republican counterparts are running unopposed in the primary, Moore faces a challenger in Dr. Eric Felber, and the Republican field is crowded. Additionally, all 47 state senators and 141 delegates will be up for re-election. Democrats currently have a veto-proof supermajority in both houses. Shifting to federal races, while Marylanders won't be voting for a U.S. Senator this year, Maryland's 8 House seats will be up for re-election. Steny Hoyer of District 5, the former Democratic Majority Leader, will be leaving the lower chamber after 23 terms. Currently, 24 candidates are running for District 5 Democratic primary. And Maryland's lone Republican representative, Andy Harris of District 1, the chair of the conservative House Freedom Caucus, will likely continue to hold on to his seat after efforts to eliminate his district through mid-decade redistricting failed. This was part of an ongoing redistricting war across the country that began in Texas. Nationally, 35 Senate seats are up for re-election, 2 of which are special elections, and all 435 House seats are up for re-election. The Democrats have 2 goals this cycle: flip the House and flip the Senate. Democrats have to flip a minimum of 3 seats in the House to take back the lower chamber and 4 seats in the Senate. With general voter sentiment about the Trump administration souring due to the economy, immigration, and the ongoing Iran war, nearly every poll suggests that the Democrats will obtain a narrow House majority. But given the current Senate map, the party will have to achieve tricky yet possible victories in Maine and North Carolina and full-on upsets in Alaska, Ohio, and/or Texas to retake the upper chamber. Historically, the party in the White House has lost seats in either or both chambers of Congress during midterm elections. In 2018, during the first Trump administration, Republicans gained 2 Senate seats but lost a whopping 41 seats in the House, leading to a split Congress and a Democratic-controlled House that launched various investigations and even impeachment against Trump, though the Senate acquitted him. For more nonpartisan information, please visit Vote Maryland and Ballotpedia, and please stay tuned to TUN for more election coverage. In the studio, I'm John Robert Woods Jr. for TUN.
Here's Caden Watson with TUN Sports.
Thank you, Jordan. CAA Player of the Year Tyler Tejada is heading to the University of Cincinnati for the up-and-coming basketball season. According to On3, the former Towson University forward entered the transfer portal on March 30th and announced his commitment to Cincinnati on April 13th. The 6'9" forward leaves Towson after a decorated campaign. He was named the CAA Player of the Year and selected to the first team All-CAA. Tejada served as the primary scorer for the Tigers, averaging 17.7 points, 5.5 rebounds, and 2.3 assists per game. With his departure, Towson coaching staff is expected to shift his focus to the transfer portal and recruiting to replace a major part of their offense this up-and-coming season. Former Villanova shooting guard Zion Stanford is headed to Towson for the 2026 to 2027 season. Stanford entered the transfer portal in March before committing to the Tigers in April following a competitive recruiting process. ESPN sports writer Jeff Borzello reported the transfer, citing a source who confirmed Stanford's commitment to Towson. The sophomore will join Towson as a junior and is expected to help fill the scoring gap left by recent departures before an injury-shortened season. At Villanova, Stanford averaged 13.1 points and 4.2 rebounds per game. At Temple, the Towson coaching staff says the addition of Stanford supports the program's goal of bringing in experienced talent as the Tigers look to remain among the top teams in the CAA next season. Number 16 Towson men's lacrosse saw their championship run end as third seed Stony Brook stunned the Tigers at John United Stadium. The Tigers entered the May 2nd matchup as the 2-time defending CAA champions, carrying a 9-game winning streak into the championship game. The 9-7 defeat snapped Towson's perfect conference season, handing the Seawolves the CAA NCAA tournament bid. The Tigers were led by All-CAA first-team members Mikey Westhire and Joaquin Villagomez. Despite a late push in the final minutes, Towson offense was unable to overcome the deficit to secure an 11th conference trophy. After a dominant 11-4 season, Towson looks to refill its roster to ensure the Tigers remain the gold standard for CAA lacrosse next spring. Towson University has unveiled its newly renovated baseball facility, now known as Brooks Robinson Field at John B. Sherhouse Park. The dedication ceremony took place on April 24th, making a significant upgrade for the Towson baseball program. The project includes the addition of permanent seating, a fully functional press box, a concession stands, area updated restroom facilities. The renovation was made possible by a $1 million gift from the Constance and Brooks Robinson Charitable Foundation. The new field named Brooks Robinson Field at John P. Sherhouse Park honors the legacy of Orioles Hall of Famer Brooks Robinson and longtime baseball executive John B. Sherhouse. With the facility now open, the Tigers enter a new era featuring a venue designed to align with the program's championship hopes. And that's all for sports. Back to you, Jordan.
Thank you, Caden. A Baltimore icon is celebrating a big milestone this Earth Day. Mr. Trash Wheel has been keeping the harbor clean for 12 years, and the community is celebrating his impact. Sabrina Tevellini takes us to the Inner Harbor.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
In Baltimore, cleaning up the harbor comes with a personality. Mr. Trash Wheel has been doing the dirty work of filtering trash out of the Inner Harbor for 12 years and has become a staple in the community.
I don't know when the gimmick started, but somebody put googly eyes on this mechanical thing that picks up trash, and it became this incredible phenomenon.
Mr. Trash Wheel is far from a gimmick. He pulls in 25 tons of trash a day with power from one giant wheel.
Mr. Trash Wheel's incredible design is solar powered. That solar power turns the wheel, which makes these rakes pull all the trash up his tongue conveyor belt. And once all of that trash goes into the belly of Mr. Trash Man, it comes out in a dumpster.
Not only does Mr. Trash Wheel help Baltimore's harbor, but the money made from his 12th birthday party will fund a field trip for Baltimore City students to visit him. This celebration featured local artists, a raffle, a tie-dye shirt-making station, and the premiere of Mr. Trash Wheel's very own music video.
I can see that it came true.
This is really a celebration of him, but also the people who work with us. I mean, I see a lot of volunteers here tonight who help us with our oyster gardening, with our dumpster dives where we count trash from a Mr. Trash Wheel dumpster.
In honor of Mr. Trash Wheel's 12th birthday, students from Towson University held their own campus cleanup and created a cake made from over 100 pieces of trash found around campus, and even displayed it at this event. This Earth Day, the message is clear. Keeping the harbor clean takes a village. Reporting from the Inner Harbor, I'm Sabrina Tevellini with TUN.
Thank you, Sabrina, for that report, and a very happy belated birthday to Mr. Trash Wheels. This has been the Towson University Newscast. From all of us here at TUN, thank you for watching. I'm Jordan Cook, signing off.